Hola, this is Tamara Marie, host of the Learn Spanish con Salsa podcast. Now, if you are so lost, anytime you hear someone talking about La Copa Mundial or the World Cup, then we have something for you in the Spanish con Salsa community. We'll be hosting a live workshop on Cómo hablar de la Copa Mundial, how to talk all about the World Cup in Spanish, especially if you're not a soccer fan, if you've never watched it before, and you have no idea what's going on, but you want to be part of the excitement. Join us for a free class. I want you to go to SpanishConsalsa.com/Copa. That's SpanishConsalsa.com/COPA for information on how you can sign up for our free class on La Copa Mundial. This year it is running from 11 de junio hasta 19 de julio. So you've got over a month where people will be talking all about soccer, and almost every Spanish-speaking country is involved in this conversation. So join us at SpanishConsalsa.com/Copa for your free live class on Cómo hablar de la Copa Mundial en Español. Now let's get started with this week's episode.
Bienvenidos. Welcome to the Learn Spanish con Salsa podcast.
Here's your host,
certified language coach,
Tamara Marie.
Hola, bienvenidos al episodio 244. Welcome to episode 244 of the Learn Spanish con Salsa podcast. In this episode, we are continuing our discussion about La Copa Mundial, and we're talking all about the World Cup. In our last episode, we talked about some of the vocabulary you might hear around the World Cup. And even if you're someone who's never watched soccer, you're not a fan, go back and check out episode 243 just to get a basic introduction about what the World Cup is, how you win, and some basic vocab and positions on the game. Now, in this episode, we're actually going to be sharing some vocabulary that you'll hear when you're watching the game, as well as the lyrics of one of the theme songs. There's many, many songs that were created about the World Cup. But in this episode, we're going to break down the lyrics to the song Somos Más, and that is by Carlos Vives, Emilia, Wisin, and Xavi. So this is a group of artists from many different countries, and this is actually the network Telemundo's theme song for the FIFA World Cup in 2026. So we're going to break down the lyrics of that as well, and I'll have a little trivia for you. So I hope that you are dialed in. If you haven't seen a game yet, hopefully you'll check out a game on the World Cup. There are so many games. It is a tournament that lasts for 6 weeks in Estados Unidos, Mexico, y Canada. So even if you haven't been able to catch a game live, maybe you've seen some coverage on TV or on the news, and hopefully you've been able to watch on Telemundo en Español and follow along after listening to last week's episode. So let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that you'll hear while you are watching the game. So while you are actually engaged with the game, these are some of the things that you might hear. So one of the most basic things is, one thing that's done quite a bit in soccer or football is un pase. Un pase. And this is just a pass. So you might hear the announcer say, buen pase, which just means good pass. So you might hear that quite a bit. You'll also hear un tiro. Un tiro. Okay, so un tiro, that is a shot. Right, it's usually like tirar, like to throw. You can think of it from that verb, but tiro itself is making a shot. So you might hear him say, "Que tiro?" That's like, what a shot, right? So that's when they literally kick the ball into the goal. Something else that you'll hear, and depends on who el árbitro or the referee is, but you might hear also una falta. Una falta. And una falta is a foul. So this is obviously when someone breaks the rules of the game. And one thing I have noticed about watching La Copa Mundial is the players, you really can't tell when they really are hurt, because every time someone touches them, they have this very dramatic act. They fall on the ground because they want the referee or el árbitro to pay attention and call una falta, or a foul. So it's really hard to know. But I will say, just watching a game where there's a pretty gruesome injury, and so injuries do happen in soccer. I know people usually think about football for having serious injuries, but well, fútbol americano, but in football también hay heridas, okay, injuries. So you might hear the announcer say, el árbitro pitó falta. El árbitro pitó falta. So that means the referee called a foul, okay? And pito comes from the verb pitar, which means to whistle. Okay, so you'll hear that whistle. That means to stop play, and then you'll either see, they'll tell you the foul, and either the ball will come back in bounds, or sometimes there's a yellow card, una tarjeta amarilla, like we talked about last week. So those are some things that you'll hear. And then also, once you get to the later rounds, you might hear about penalty kicks that happen, and that is called un penal. Un penal. That is a penalty kick. And we also talked last episode about in soccer or football, they don't stop the clock for anything. The clock just keeps going. But what they do is you'll see like a plus and then a number at the end of, I think, the first half and at the end of the game. And what that signals is that they will be adding tiempo añadido. So that's stoppage time, or tiempo de descuento, which is like injury time. So anytime they have to actually stop the game due to an injury, they don't stop the clock, but they will add those minutes onto the end of the game. So the game is 90 minutes, so you might see 90 plus 7, so the game will actually go at 97 minutes. Okay. And then the one that we all know is goal, right? And that's goal. So same in English as it is in Spanish, also just pronounced a little bit differently. But what you might not be as familiar with is you might hear un golazo, un golazo. And that just means it was a really big goal, or it was like a spectacular goal. I actually saw one in the game the other day. I think it was Spain, and it was kind of amazing. I think there were 3 players involved. They tried to head the ball in, and then they kicked it kind of backwards, but it didn't count because they were offsides. And we talked about offsides in the last episode, so if you don't know what that means, go back and listen to episode 243. But it was still un golazo, nonetheless. It just didn't count. And then you might hear una goleada, and that means it's a blowout. So, por ejemplo, fue una goleada 5-0. Fue una goleada 5-0. So it was a blowout. It was 5-0 or 5-0. Or our friends across the pond in the UK, you might hear it 5-0. Heard that quite a bit. But that just means it was a goleada, which means the other team was completely blown out. And there have been some of those as well in this World Cup so far. So hopefully that helps you with some of the things you'll hear during the game. Now let's get into la letra de la canción Somos Más. And we're going to go into these lyrics because, again, you will definitely be hearing this song. If you haven't already heard it, this is one of the songs that is played for Telemundo especially, so you might hear it if you're watching in Spanish there. I think they also did perform this song as well, so you may have come across it. If not, as always, make sure you go to learnspanishconsalsa.com/244 for episode 244 of the podcast, and you'll be able to see the official music video for the song and also get all of the lyrics so that you can follow along. Okay? Entonces vamos a empezar con la letra de Somos Más. Y la canción Somos Más, como dije antes, es una canción que es una mezcla de géneros y artistas de países diferentes. So this is a mix of artists from different regions in different countries. And this is really common for the World Cup because, again, they're trying to represent all the different countries that are participating. So the artists that are in this song, you have Carlos Vives, who is from Colombia. You have Emilia from Argentina. Wisin from Puerto Rico. He's a reggaeton artist. And Xavi, who is a Mexicano, Mexican-American artist. So we have 4 different countries, 4 different styles, but all in one anthem. So they did actually perform this song live at the Billboard Latin Music Awards in 2025, and it was released in March 2026 for the World Cup that has started right now. So whether you're a soccer fan or not, this song has so much useful vocabulary that you can use in Spanish, and we'll get it more into that next week. We'll go more into some phrases that you can use from the song in our next episode. But for now, let's just go through the lyrics so that you understand the song when you hear it, so that you can follow along and hopefully sing along también. Okay? Entonces vamos a empezar con verso 1. Verse 1. Salgo por la calle, el cielo tiene otro color. Salgo por la calle, el cielo tiene otro color. So this literally means I step out on the street and the sky has a different color. So this is really just a poetic way to say that, everything feels different today. The world looks brighter. There's excitement in the air, all because of La Copa Mundial, the World Cup. And salir por la calle is literally like go out into the street. So it's a really common expression. Everyone's just going out, right? So where people are going out to see the games, or they're just going out to watch parties with their friends. So again, you will hear people saying salgo por la calle or salgo para ver el partido. Okay, then the next line is siento la emoción en el ambiente. Siento la emoción en el ambiente. And like I said before, in this case, we're talking just about I feel the emotion, right? So, or I feel the excitement in the air, in the environment. So ambiente is literally environment, emoción, obviously emotion. But in this case, we're really saying like I feel the excitement, like it's palpable. I feel the excitement in the air. So you'll hear this when ambiente is an expression that just means good vibes or a good atmosphere, a good feeling. So again, everyone's super excited about the World Cup, regardless of what country they're from. Then it says, la prendí la tele, allá afuera hace calor. La prendí la tele, allá afuera hace calor. Okay, so this means I turn on the TV and out there, or outside, it is hot. It's hot outside. Okay, and this World Cup is being played in the summer, which again, depending on the part of the world you're in, but in North America where the game is played, it is summertime. So prendí is from the verb prender, which means to turn on. And tele is just short for televisión, so that's why it's la tele. So televisión is feminine noun. So la prendí la tele, so it's like saying the TV is turned on. And you could also hear encender la tele for turn it on. But this is just an example of some of the regional differences in the language. Then from there, we have hoy tengo una cita con mi cele. Hoy tengo una cita con mi cele. So this means that today I have a date with my national team. So we talked about this in our last episode. Cele is short for selección, which is what the team is called, the national team. So again, mi cele is my team, right? My national team, if you're rooting for your own country. And saying tengo una cita is like literally I have a date with my team. So it basically just means like, hey, I'm going to watch the game. So I am going to watch the game. So it usually means like an appointment or a date. But we're just kind of saying it in a fun way, like, turn off everything. I am watching the game right now. And from there, we have the precoro or the pre-chorus. This is what comes on right before the chorus. And in this section, it says, hoy no es un día cualquiera, no. Hoy no es un día cualquiera, no. So that means today is not just any day. And no, it's just emphasizing like, no, it's not a regular day. And of course, it's because it's game day, right? So everyone's excited. So hoy no es un día cualquiera. All right, so it's not just any day. And it says, vas a la cancha, es la Copa del Mundo y yo quiero ganarla. Vas a la cancha, es la Copa del Mundo y yo quiero ganarla. All right, so let's break this down. So vas a la cancha, in this case, we're saying you are going to, right, la cancha. So la cancha is how you refer to the field where soccer is played. So this is the soccer field. In the UK, you might hear it called pitch. So you hear that quite a lot. They're out on the pitch, which means they're out on the field. And this is literally where the game is played. So it's referring to like that grass field. Now you might also hear el estadio, which is the stadium. So that's where the game is played, right? But that's the whole physical stadium. But la cancha specifically refers to the surface that the game is being played on. And I've even heard them commenting on how nice the grass is in all the stadiums. Apparently it's a big deal in football. And then es la Copa del Mundo, so it's the Cup of the World, literally, like it's the World Cup. Y yo quiero ganarla, and I want to win it. So this is from ganar, which is to win, and la, because we're referring to la Copa, is to win it. Next it says, ponte la camiseta y trae toda la barra. Ponte la camiseta y trae toda la barra. So this ponte la camiseta is literally put on your shirt. But in this case, because it's soccer, we know we want to rep our team. So it means put on the jersey. Put on your jersey. And this is a way of showing that you're a fan, right? And then it says, y trae toda la barra. Now, in this case, la barra refers to a group of fans. So this is like a cheering section, right? And you might hear it also called La Barra Brava, right? So that means you have like a really intense group of fans. Think about the people that have their faces painted and all of that, right? So these are people who are very, very serious about supporting their team in a soccer match. Now, I also want to point out this phrase, ponerse la camiseta, right? In this case, ponte la camiseta, because it's like a command, put your shirt on, put on your jersey. This is also a figurative phrase that means like step up to the plate, right? Show your commitment, give it your all, right? I want to see you step up. So it's also used like that figuratively to say like it's time to kind of step up and show your commitment or put in another level of effort. So it can also be used figuratively as well. But here we're saying ponte la camiseta, vamos al estadio. We're going to the game to support our team. Next it says, salta la ola y canta un gol con toda el alma. Salta la ola y canta un gol con toda el alma. All right, so let's start at the end first. So this el alma. So you might notice that the word alma, which means soul, it ends with the letter A, but it's el alma. So this is an exception to that rule for masculine and feminine nouns, where usually words that end in A are feminine, but alma is like mapa. It is an exception to that rule. So it is el alma. That is not a mistake. That is correct. So salta la ola is literally means like to do the wave. So in this case, salta comes from saltar, which is usually to jump. But in this case, it's like literally jump the wave. But we're saying like, in English, we'd say like do the wave. Everyone's going to get up and put their hands up and sit down, right? It looks like a big old wave in the stadium. And cantar un gol is just an expression that means celebrate the goal by singing or shouting. So a lot of people, the oft-repeated goal, right? And then con toda el alma is like with your whole soul, with all your soul. So that is why you're hearing that there. It's like really just every time there's a score, celebrate. And I will say, because unlike basketball or even football, where I find the pace of the games are usually much faster, or at least in basketball, there's a lot more scoring that happens. In soccer, because the games you might notice are usually pretty low scoring for 90 minutes. There might be a 1-1 game or 0-0 or, 3-1. They really do celebrate when there's a goal because it happens so infrequently. So I actually appreciate a good celebration because we've waited sometimes a half hour before we see a goal. So yeah, it's cause for a celebration. Okay, entonces el coro de la canción says, cada vez somos más. Cada vez somos más. And again, this is the title of the song. And what this means is, literally we are more, somos más. But cada vez somos más, it kind of indicates like we keep growing. Like we're growing in numbers, like each time we're more. So basically every time there's another World Cup, there's more of us, there's more fans, more supporters. We are a group that is growing. And it says, un mundial de banderas que juegan un partido. Un mundial de banderas que juegan un partido. So this is a world of banderas, of flags that play a match. So we already talked about the match or a game is partido. So you see like this world of flags, like everyone is representing their country with their flag, and they're all playing the match. Es el mundo que abraza la libertad. Es el mundo que abraza la libertad. Now this literally means that it's the world that embraces or hugs liberty, right? Or freedom. So this is, again, a figurative expression, right? It's really saying that, through everyone coming together just to play this game, which you may hear called the beautiful game, everyone's really coming together. And we're embracing and uniting different people from across different countries in this expression of freedom and liberty. So it's just sort of this spirit of the World Cup, of the whole world coming together, right? And from here, that's the chorus. So you hear that repeated. So then we have the reggaeton part. So Wisin de Puerto Rico, he has a verse, and this is a little bit faster. And this is reggaeton, kind of the beat changes in the song at this point. So he says, sube tu bandera, se acabó la espera. Sube tu bandera, se acabó la espera. So sube is really like take it out, like a raise up, right? Sube tu bandera is like take out your flag, raise your flag, pick your flag up. Se acabó la espera. So the se acabó means it's over, right? And la espera is the wait. So the wait is over. Put your flags up. The wait is over. So we're at the game now. We're cheering our team on. Empezó el mundial y puede ganar cualquiera. Empezó el mundial y puede ganar cualquiera. So the World Cup has started and anyone can win, which literally any team can win, right? So we talked about how you win the World Cup in the last episode. So again, check out episode 243 for some of those rules. But basically everyone starts out, right, the same, and anyone can win. No importa la raza, aquí no hay frontera. No importa la raza, aquí no hay frontera. So this means race doesn't matter. No importa. So no importa is something just like that doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter. And then aquí no hay frontera. So here there are no borders. So again, when everyone's on the field playing the game, there's no borders, there's no politics. It's just a game and everyone's playing. Nos unimos para que el país se prendiera. Nos unimos para que el país se prendiera. All right, so let's break this line down. So nos unimos. So this is a verb unirse. And we'll talk a little bit more about this next week. But it really means that, we came together so that the country would light up or to come alive. So remember we talked about prender earlier, meaning literally, right, turning on the TV. But you can also use it figuratively, like to mean to light up or to light a spark, okay? So nos unimos para que el país se prendiera, so that the country would light up. And then we have the bridge where it says, si vuelvo al pasado, aún conservo la emoción. If I go back to the past, I still keep the emotion de ese gran momento imperdurable. De ese gran momento imperdurable. So of that great, unforgettable moment. So this is like something that has left a mark on my mind. And hoy nos abrazamos y lloramos ese gol. Hoy nos abrazamos y lloramos ese gol. So today we embrace each other, we hug each other, and we cry for that goal. Right? So we are all here celebrating, we're crying, we're hugging each other, everyone's celebrating the goal. En aquel partido inolvidable. En aquel partido inolvidable. So in that unforgettable game, or that unforgettable match. So aquel, in this case, means that, right? So that match. And because we're talking about something that happened further away in the past, so imagine the World Cup happens cada 4 años, so only every 4 years. So the last time we're remembering this, it was a while back. So we're using aquel to say that game, aquel partido, that was unforgettable, but it did happen a while ago. So instead of ese partido, right, we're saying aquel partido because it was probably hace 4 años. Okay, and then we have the outro. El mundial es nuestro, lo canta todo el pueblo. El mundial es nuestro, lo canta todo el pueblo. So the World Cup is ours, and the whole world really is singing it. Everyone's singing it. So when they're saying el pueblo means town, literally, but in this case, it really means the people. So all the people, right? It's ours, nuestro. So the World Cup is our thing. And then it just sort of repeats that, and it says, lo canta el mundo entero. Lo canta el mundo entero. So this is just another way, again, of saying everyone else. Mundo entero means the entire world or the whole world. All right, so I hope that you have enjoyed this breakdown of the lyrics of Somos Más. This really is a great song. And again, I will put it in the show notes. So make sure you go to learnspanishconsalsa.com/244 for episode 244 of the podcast. And also make sure you check out the links to the other World Cup episodes that we did. You'll also find those linked on this page. And I have a little bit of trivia I want to leave you with as we go. And this is about one of the artists in the song Somos Más, Carlos Vives. Ok, entonces vamos a hacer esta pregunta. So I'm going to ask this question. Actually, I'm going to have some help with that. So I'm going to let you hear the question. And in next week's episode, you will get the answer.
Carlos Vives es conocido como el rey del vallenato, un género musical tradicional colombiano. Pero antes de convertirse en una superestrella de la música, era famoso por algo completamente diferente. ¿Cuál fue la primera carrera de Carlos Vives en el entretenimiento antes de que la música lo convirtiera en una estrella mundial? A. Fue actor de telenovelas. B. Fue jugador de fútbol profesional. C. Fue presentador de radio.
Okay, so if you know the answer, send us a message on Instagram at LearnSpanishConSalsa or email us directly at host@LearnSpanishConSalsa.com to see if you're correct. And we might have a little bit of a surprise for you if you get it right. And we will be giving the answer in next week's episode. As always, I hope that something you heard in this week's episode has helped you go one step closer from Spanish beginner to bilingual. Hasta la próxima.
Thank you for listening to the Learn Spanish con Salsa podcast at learnspanishconsalsa.com.